Hello there.
It's Friday.
Yeah.
I'm excited that it's
We're
Friday.
Back one more time.
One more time. Last time for this week. I hope, right? This is it?
Yeah.
This is all we got to do.
This is it. Today's the last day of this week.
Whew. So. It's been a rough week.
Yeah.
This is quite the week to come back.
Yeah, you've been gone for
I was gone for a while.
Ever.
Yeah. And then
I thought
all
you
the shows.
completely abandoned me.
I did. For like a month and a half. It was.
You felt you were stuck with me for a while.
I thought me and Tony are here and we're boring together.
What a horrible trade-off.
Yeah, they said the videos were a little quiet.
Yeah.
Because apparently I bring all the talking.
When it was Andy and Clayton, when you have quiet and quieter.
All right, so for those of you that weren't here on Wednesday, we are working on a bowling ball bag. If you would like to watch the first part of it, you can go back to our video from Wednesday and check out the assembly that we have gotten through so far. We are using some awesome drum-dyed Herman oak that came to us as like a saddle skirting sample. It's this awesome green color. Denny has split it down to some very beautiful weights, which we've listed in the first video if you want to go check out and see what we've got going on here. But otherwise, we have the main body assembled. We've got the gusset assembled, and we are ready to stick them together. So we left off here last week putting this.
Yeah, and I was having trouble putting the piping on.
He broke a needle.
Well,
and we called it a day.
Plus the fact that this leather has a lot of body to it.
Yeah.
And
it's veg tan.
yeah, if I would have used something that was real limber, it would have made that turn easier. But these corners here are pretty tough. As I ended up getting the whole piece of piping wet, and then I made some little cuts along the edge just to relieve some tension there.
Did you start gluing in the center and then work your way around?
Yes. I marked the center on this and on the bag body itself. As you can see, I got a little mark there that's center. But then I just went around each side.
Yep. So as you went around, this was wet, and then you just started trimming so that it would fold.
Yeah,
for
I
you.
didn't need to here through this long stretch, but when it started going around that corner, I just made some relief cuts.
That's right.
And lengthwise, I left it long, let them overlap here on this side, and when I got here to the center, I just
trimmed them flush.
Trimmed them off flush. And then I made a stitch line. This is way inside of where the final stitch line is going to be, which will be, probably 1/8 of an inch inside the edge of that bead. Yeah,
he was kind of debating on whether or not he wanted to do this first stitch, but this is going to hold everything together while we get the gusset on so that he doesn't have to worry about this moving on him.
Right.
So it'll allow him, and then we're going to trim off kind of this excess that we've got here, and depending on where the stitch falls, once we've got that second stitch, and it'll be where we end up trimming it.
Yeah.
So.
And we'll show you all that. We're gonna, and when we do this, we've got to make sure that we're doing this face to face because we're going to turn it inside out.
This is going to be a bear to turn inside out.
It is. Well, I think it is. Hopefully it won't. The one thing I've got to remember is I want to keep this zipper closed when I stitch this first half.
Okay.
But then I want to open the zipper when I stitch the second half. Otherwise, we will be snookered. Have you ever
snookered? That's a new one, guys.
It's not a new one. It's just a game.
Yeah.
You haven't played no snooker before? Okay.
It's probably because you're old, Tony.
Well, it's a different type of ball.
Yeah,
It's a big bowling ball.
Tony's pretty old now.
Yeah, I know.
Tony's turning the big 4.
My mom came into this.
His mom is here.
Yes.
And my sister-in-law is on the YouTube chat.
Look,
all right.
Tony's whole family is here with us.
All right, I've already put one coat of cement on these edges, and that's something else. If you really want your cement to stick good, put one coat on and let it dry.
Yep.
And then put another coat on. What happens is the first coat will actually adhere to the leather, and the second coat will the glue will adhere to the glue.
Yep.
So
that's when I've been talking like old saddle makers or something, and they're gluing the skirts on. I don't know if it was you or somebody. They'll put a whole layer of glue on the shearling. Mm-hmm. They'll let it dry real good, and then they'll put another one, and they'll put it on the saddle because you just get extra hold.
Yeah. Now I put this cement on yesterday, and if it'll still stick pretty much, but it won't stick really well. But when we put this second coat of cement on, it'll reactivate that first coat.
Ooh.
And
That's fancy.
that's
Did
a
you-
neat word, isn't it?
It is.
Did you hear how she said the old solder maker? She goes, maybe you said it.
Maybe it was this guy.
Yeah, I took the hint.
I feel like it was somebody else though. Who else comes in and makes
It was
saddles?
another old saddle maker.
It was when I was working on retail. It was forever ago.
I don't know.
Way back in the day. Anyways,
Okay.
all right.
Yeah.
I've got my own glue today, so I can help.
We've both got glue. We're going to double team this thing.
We're gonna
Now
get Tony's mom nice and high up in here.
I'm going to cement this whole part here, and but I'm not going to cement this second part until I'm ready to.
Do you want me to cement all
You
of this?
can do both sides of yours. I'm just
All
going to
right.
do, and I'm not going to do this center section because I don't know where to cut this end yet. You'll see what I'm talking about. I know you're all confused.
You'll get there.
But that's all right. I'm confused too.
This is new for all of us, isn't it, Denny?
Yes. This is,
Yeah, we were talking about that.
I woke up this morning and the sky was purple. Yesterday it was orange.
Did you see that
Where are
sunset
you
last
waking
night?
up? I did. It was gorgeous. This is the tiniest brush. I grabbed this from the sewing room, and I was like, I'm going to steal your glue for a little while, guys. And Terry was like, there's a tiny brush in there. And I said, that's okay. She wasn't kidding. It's really little.
No joke.
That's okay.
That's all right, because I'm about done with this one. I'll let you have this one.
My brush is so small that Denny's already almost done. Nate, you can glue the other side.
Okay, I'll do that.
Now let me set this out of the way.
Oh, because you're just doing half of it. Okay, so I'm not that slow.
No, well, you're slow, but not that slow.
Just not that slow.
Thank you.
Thanks, Denny. I'm good, Terry. Thank you. I'm almost done. You're a sweetie.
Terry was listening.
Terry's watching.
You know, I used to have to go out when we weren't as prepared with all the tools that we needed. I'd go run through the store and try to grab stuff. And it was cool to see how many people were watching that worked here that have a pulled
Yeah, we
out.
think that there's a lot of people watching us out there, but really it's just everybody that's working here
We
that's
have
watching
100
us.
employees and there's 90 people watching.
Yeah.
Because they get to watch this instead of work.
I think we asked them to try to do both. We'll see how that goes. I wonder how many computers we have in this building. It's a lot.
Well, some of them don't even work. Some of them are just in a storage closet waiting.
All right.
Well, that wasn't too bad.
No, it wasn't. You did your job very well.
Yes. I'm an expert gluer.
Thank you. All right. Now I've marked the center of this, but I'm going to remark it because I can just barely see it.
Did you use a measuring device for the center or did you?
I actually folded my pattern in half. And
He was just remarking over to the mark that he had.
I know, but I know
Okay.
his favorite marking device is his eyeballs.
Well, yeah, but marking centers, my eye isn't that close.
Okay.
I'm a little cross-eyed.
Yeah,
in
you're
that
an old
direction.
saddle maker.
Do things skew to the left a little, Denny?
Yes. I list. All right. What do you think? I think it's ready.
Okay.
Okay, remember, face to face.
Back to back, they face each other.
Ooh,
Now
it's already
we have it
sticking.
already.
More erasing.
And we're just lining up the edge of the... I keep wanting to call it a welt, but it's piping. It's kind of
Yeah.
It's
Well,
not, it is a welt a little
It's a
bit.
folded welt.
Yeah.
This is like a boot welt. Because if you'll notice,
Oh, yeah, in the
most
seam
your
of a
boots
boot.
have a folded welt like this.
It's got a nice wooden slicker here to make sure all that glue sticks down.
You know, since my sister-in-law is here and Marcus is here, we have 2 people from Berlin today.
Welcome,
If
Germany.
if she's in Berlin.
If.
Or maybe Marcus is gone from Berlin today.
Are
She's
you
in Berlin.
questioning?
Oh, okay, I understand now. I was confused.
Oh,
I was
you
thinking,
thought it needed to go all the way to the center, but
We're
it's
gonna take
not.
another week on this project.
Nope, that's gonna fold up and it'll sew straight. Yeah, that's gonna be this is gonna be fun, guys.
Fight.
It's a finger fight.
Stuff like this is always just a wrestling match.
Denny, did you wrestle in high school?
I did, as a matter of fact.
How did I know?
I don't know. How did you know?
I don't know.
Have you been reading my mail?
You probably told me at some point while we were sitting at Farm Fest.
Could be.
When you're in a deal like that, you have a lot of time to.
We had a lot of time to get to know each other. Well, it's been years sitting at Farm Fest. It's always a good time though.
All right, now let me mark. I want to stitch past this point.
And that's just the edge of your bottom that you
Yes,
marked
that's
last
the
time.
edge of the bottom. Yes.
So here's the bag. So he's marking like this line, because then he's gonna have to just sew across here.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to the stitcher. We'll try this one more time, you guys.
Cross our
Is there any-
fingers for no broken needles.
Is there any function to this welt, or is it just appearance?
It keeps it, if you don't have a welt or a piece of piping in there, when you turn it inside out, your stitches will show pretty bad. They might even show with this, but not nearly as bad.
Not enough to write home about?
Right, I better try this.
It probably supports that seam a little bit more, gives you a lot more leather in there. Because once again, this is going to be it has to hold some sort of poundage bowling ball.
Yeah.
So we're going to try this out before we just go for it.
Red's not hung up anywhere like it was last time. Last time was kind of a fight to the finish for me.
Well, I also checked to make sure that your thread wasn't hung up underneath your spool.
Thank
for
you
this
so
time.
much.
I try to look out for you. Are you going to backstitch on this?
I might.
Okay.
Since you're talking about it, I'll probably have to now. Thanks a lot, Tony.
Tony will never let him live that down. Not once.
Oh, you remember the trick that we did the last time? Susan Knotts was saying, Liz, you weren't here for that. Marvin has a trick to keep stuff not gluing together.
Oh, yes. He uses parchment paper.
Parchment paper. So you glue everything down and then you lay your parchment and then the glue doesn't stick to the parchment paper and you can glue all the way around without the other parts of it sticking down. You should go back and watch those videos. They're very entertaining.
I should.
With
I
lots
should
of
do
little
that.
tips and tricks. David Buswell says moccasins would sure be a usable product for the general population.
All right, Liz, you and I talked about our future projects. What's in the
We
works?
did. We are starting our schedule for the end of the year and then into January probably.
Yep,
And
we
David,
put this.
David?
Yeah, we put this together sometime in August or something like that.
Yeah, this last schedule. So we're going to be working with Clayton and Andy to get your moccasin video done. So
You
probably.
know what it sounds like to me though? It sounds like David should take up bowling.
Yes.
I mean, bowling is a lot of fun. I had a good time the one time I did it this decade. It was entertaining. Mostly the other people were entertaining. I was not thrilled with my bowling skills. They were pretty hit and miss. I missed a lot and I only hit a few times. That gutter and me were pretty good friends.
Yeah.
You in the gutter.
Yeah, me in the gutter.
Danny, I can't see anything that you're doing.
Well, I'm sorry
I'm just
about that.
drinking.
It's too tight.
Well, it's just hard because we got all of our.
Denny
bag
is
in the way.
sewing. one stitch at a time. That's what Denny's doing. Following his line.
The needle is going
Up and down.
And then after it goes up, it goes down.
And then a loop is made,
Somebody was having
and then he does the next one.
I put that tripod foot right by your leg, so don't kick it whenever you leave this place.
Okay.
Does anybody have spectacular plans for this weekend? I don't. I don't have any spectacular plans.
We went to Ozark the other day. You went to the grand opening of that.
The Finley River? Uh-huh.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
It is gorgeous. Oh, I bet did you go this week? Last week?
Yeah, we went last week. I think we went Tuesday evening.
I bet all the trees were just gorgeous.
Yeah, and they had we went at night because that was the first night they had the Christmas lights on. And
Oh.
we went through the park there and saw the Christmas lights, and then we went up to they call it Finley River Farm, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, we went up there, and of course the bridge was all lit up, and all the little features that they had were lit. We got some really nice old rustic wood buildings and structures and stuff that you can walk around.
Nice.
We enjoyed it pretty thoroughly.
David says he actually bowled in the PBA and carried a 235 average, but he's retired now and he needs moccasins. His little footsies are cold. Need to warm his little tootsies up. We had some shearling that would go great in some moccasins yesterday.
We sold all the shearling yesterday on our live sale. If you're looking for any shearling, we've got you covered. Give us a holler.
Okay.
Hey,
Got
you
that
got a gusset.
stitched. I'm almost afraid to look.
I know, right?
Look, look here. Yeah, isn't that going to be just perfect?
Woo-wee. Look, guys. It worked.
Yeah.
Would you look at it?
Stuff doesn't always work, you guys. That's why we're so thrilled. All right, let's cut these stitches, and I'm going to trim this as well as I can.
Got somebody that's going to climb up on a house this weekend.
Oh.
Put some lights up there.
I need to look at my gutters again. I cleaned them this summer, but with all the leaves coming down, I think I need to go through my gutters again. So if we have a nice afternoon this weekend, I might climb back up and
Somebody needs to clean my gutters because I'm not allowed them.
hint, hint, Anthony.
Well, she
Oh,
climbed
yeah,
the ladder one
Tony's
time.
a strapping young 40-year-old young man.
She didn't ask anybody if you could come over and help her, so she climbed up a ladder on a slick deck and fell off and broke both of her feet.
Oh,
6 years
well,
ago.
you know.
6 years ago. But before that, it had been 8 years that I've been climbing up on my roof, doing my own lights, cleaning my gutters, at least 3 times a year. It was fine.
Just that one time. You know what? That's okay. My grandma, she just walked in her backyard every day, and then one day it was slick, fell and broke her hip.
What do you need?
It happens.
Polyboard.
A piece of polyboard.
You had one last week.
You move it every time I come in here.
I didn't move it this time because it would have been right up here by all this stuff, but it's not.
Oh,
That one's too big.
Well, that's what she's got.
well, here.
Yeah, it'll work.
Slide it under here.
Stole my polyboard. Thank you too.
There we go. Okay.
That pin's caught underneath there.
Under there. Okay, we're all set now. Okay, I'm just going to
Life
trim
is good
this
again.
off a little bit.
Here comes Denny with his head knife.
Oh. Not that we can see anything. Now we can.
Oh, it's so close. I can't watch.
Charles says, it's leaf guard, Liz. She's got all this bamboo. You should plant your bamboo closer to the house so it can protect your gutters.
No, because the bamboo also has leaves that fall down. So the backyard is fine. That's where all the bamboo is. The roof height that I have there is well above any foliage that falls down. But in the front yard, I do have a nice big maple tree, and it likes to shed. But it's these 2 little sections. I've got a ladder. I get out there, and it's not the end of the world. It's all right. I'm also just not that proactive as a person to install leaf gutter guards.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Now we're getting
I've got
down to the real truth. I just
Okay.
don't want to get up there and clean it.
Yeah.
Now, you already glued this, so we need to glue this this part here.
Okay.
And I'm going to do what I said, which is unzip this zipper. So I don't forget that.
I'm gonna glue right up to this stitch line.
Would you like the big brush?
No, Denny, I love my
You're starting to like the little brush now, aren't you?
teeny little guy. This glue is a little thick though. Okay, so I should end. Are we gonna glue the bottom? When are you gonna do the bottom? I feel like you have to do it now.
No, I've got to stitch this part first.
Okay.
You may be right.
Right?
I hope you're not.
Shall we talk about this?
Everything is trial and error, you guys,
How are you gonna?
on a prototype. Well,
okay,
I don't know yet. I haven't figured that out yet.
It should be as long as because you still have to turn it inside out. So I think you're okay.
As soon as I get this stitched, then I'll know.
Then we'll know what we should have done.
Yeah, what we should have done. Yeah. I'm hoping we'll know what we have to do, what we need to do to complete this.
Me too. Do.
But our glue stuck really well on this other one, by the way.
Good.
I was thrilled about that. Because when you're turning around the corner like that with a piece of leather that doesn't want to turn.
The foot can push it.
Yes.
Yeah, and you don't want that.
And that's the reason we're double gluing this.
Alrighty, Roo.
All right.
Got it.
Now I'm going to dry that. Heat it a little bit. All right, you guys.
Moment of truth.
Yes. And I've got, would you kind of hold this apart for me?
Where's that parchment paper at?
I think
In my kitchen
Marvin
drawer?
has it in Wyoming.
Look at this.
Teamwork.
That's wonderful, Liz. You're doing great.
Oh. We need the full shot of.
You really got to make sure that this lines up because he's going to stitch on that line, and if it's too far in, he'll stitch over his welt.
Yes, I'll miss that welt completely.
That's not pretty.
Jessica said that the trick to having clean gutters is to not have gutters.
Oh. Well, unfortunately, the house that I purchased came with gutters.
I can help you with
So
that.
you just want to tear them down? Do you want to give me that slicker and I'll push this down?
Sure.
David said what he's actually after is options for sole material.
Well, if you would be more specific.
We could have answered that like 3-4 weeks ago.
Yeah. You can use regular rubber shoe sole stuff. You can use
You can use leather.
hard sole leather.
Mm-hmm. You can
They
use
call it.
sole bends or some heavy saddle skirting.
Mm-hmm. Actually, as far as durability goes, probably the rubber
Yeah.
soles are the best. But as far as authenticity goes, they didn't have much rubber back in the days when
Oh, you don't say?
they wore a lot of moccasins.
They weren't digging that petroleum up yet to make the rubber.
Yeah. All right.
You think this side's good right here?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it is. Since we're in a little bit, I'll have to
Miss your lines.
try and miss the
Yeah.
line a little. All
We got a bag, guys. It's
Yes, we do.
It's bag shaped at this point. Yes.
All right.
Do we feel
What did I
centered?
mark that for? I didn't need that mark. I need this one. Yeah, I think we're centered all right. Okay, here we go. You're really gonna hate this, Tony.
Yeah, there's no seeing what's happening there.
Interesting to see it turn right side. It looks legible.
Oh, it's gonna be fun.
Okay, I'm gonna backstitch though.
Attaboy. I knew you had it in you.
You know, talking about those moccasin soles, Native Americans used to use rawhide. They call it parfletch, I believe.
You
Parfletch.
can tell us whatever you want to, Denny. We'll believe you.
I believe that's what they called it. I believe that's how you pronounce it.
I'm gonna Google this.
But it's just rawhide.
How would that work though if it got wet?
Not very well. It would be very slick, but that was the closest they could come to rubber or plastic.
I have no idea what that looks like. How's that look, Liz? Can you see anything?
Oh yeah. It actually looks like moody a little bit. Like the lighting is a little.
It looks moody.
It does.
It's nice mood lighting.
It's, yeah.
All right. That's
dark.
what I'm after is a mood.
So parfletch, Fleche, a hide, especially a buffalo's hide, with the hair removed, dried by being stretched on a frame in a manner traditional among some North American Indian peoples.
Was I half right?
No, you were right.
Yeah, I mean
I think you were
that's
fully
rawhide.
right.
Hair removed and dried. That's rawhide.
Yeah.
Oh, they used to make containers out of it.
Yeah, you're kind of blocked at the moment from getting to the
It's
table.
all right. It's all right.
Yesterday we blocked you behind the table, and now we blocked you
I
from
know.
getting behind the table.
It's all right.
We learned a new word today.
Yeah.
Parfletch.
Parfletch.
It's rawhide,
Okay. All right.
From a buffalo, specifically.
specifically. Yeah.
Pacifically, huh?
Especially. a
Oh,
buffalo.
especially.
Well, Denny,
Especially.
I guess that proves to you and I that old dogs can learn new tricks. doesn't it?
Denny's the one that gave it.
Oh,
Yeah.
where'd you hear that, Denny?
I don't know. I think I dreamed it. That's old folks have dreams, you know.
I got you.
Yeah, I was actually, I'm part Native American. I heard it in my vision quest.
Everybody got their boots on in here.
Yeah. Pretty deep.
Huh. They used to make a lot of bags using it.
Nice backstitch. We should have made a bowling ball bag out of parfletch.
I don't think that would turn inside out very well.
If it was wet.
Looks just like a bowling ball bag.
Looks
doesn't it?
just like one inside out.
All right.
All right, now I'm going to trim this off.
Your head looks really good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm trying to get this camera back that I moved across the room.
Yeah, Tony's playing musical cameras. Try to get all the shots.
See, the bad part about this, you guys, since this is trial and error, we won't know that if this works until we're all done. If it doesn't work, though, we can all say, well, this is the way it should have worked. Should have been this way.
Should have went this way, but
Getting in there with that French edger to get the rest of that off.
Yeah. All right, let's get rid of these little threads. Rusty, are you in here to give me a lesson?
I'm in here to get a lesson, I think.
That's pretty cool, huh?
You've never made a bowling ball bag before?
Have you?
Surely.
That's a no. He's working on it.
I've never even owned a bowling ball. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't mind bowling, but...
Oh yeah, the store owns a bowling ball now.
Oh, good. Okay.
You're a proud owner.
Proud owner of my...
Some news for you. Do own a bowling ball right over here underneath my desk.
My bad. You know, the challenge with bowling ball is like shoes, though. If they don't fit, it doesn't fit. So
Well, this one fit me really good when I bought it.
that means it doesn't fit my hand. Means it doesn't fit your hand either, Denny.
All right, you guys. Now the reason I didn't glue this is because I didn't know where this was going to be. But now we kind of do.
Now we know.
So
Oh, man.
we know. I just don't know how to get there from here.
And here's the tricky part.
All right.
I think if you push it in a little bit, it'll... Is that...
Well, I don't want to push it in too far. What I've got to figure out is this point
yes.
and this point.
Because we still have piping in there.
Yeah.
We have to hit the
And
piping.
that's what we want to hit.
To hit the piping.
Of course, it's on the bottom. And if we don't hit it perfectly, I guess that means we missed it.
Well, can't get nothing past you.
Did you see his fancy green hockey puck that he has now?
I did not.
It came from the...
Yeah.
Oh, out of the center.
Uh-huh. Yeah. It's his defense mechanism for the shop.
Yeah.
When they shoot him with their Nerf guns, he can then chuck a puck at him.
I have a feeling that chucking that puck is going to hurt a whole lot worse than those nerves.
Exactly. It'll defer the Nerf wars.
Shouldn't have to do that but once.
All right. I didn't bring a scratcher in here, but we don't need one.
Well, Denny, it looks like you got this well in hand. I'll just leave you to it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I was hoping you would do the finish part of this.
No.
When he comes in, I'm always wondering if he wants money or what.
If he'd like you to pay him
Yeah.
for your time here.
And he always leaves without any money, so.
That's true. So far, you're doing okay.
Yeah.
You're getting away with it.
Okay. I'll see if I can do the other side now.
I assume that David had his regular ball and then a spare ball.
Huh?
He said he carried two with him when he was in the professional bowling.
I was amazed at how many people, when I went bowling, had brought their own balls. Like, I mean, I guess if you're gonna...
I have one.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Do you go frequently?
Not anymore. I used to. We used to go like every Sunday evening because they had quarter bowling.
That's probably not a thing anymore.
I always thought the professional bowlers went over to that rack with all the balls on and just found one. You know, and then they bowled for $10,000 with that ball that they borrowed. And they rented shoes too.
The shoes were a lot fancier than the last. Well, I don't know if I'll call them fancier, but they were different than the last time. They were like Velcro rather than the lace-up ones. I didn't really like that.
Can we make some bowling shoes to match our bag?
That's the thing that you're gonna do.
Okay. That's gonna be my next video.
That would be your
Bowling
next
ball.
video.
Making shoes.
It's all right.
It's gonna be more than a two-parter. I can guarantee that. I'm still working on getting that.
Maybe we should start with those moccasins. Shoemaking. You got to get Chris for that. He's made shoes.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm still trying to get this Cheyenne roll stitched to the back of this saddle over here.
Yeah, I came back from vacation. I was like, Tony, you haven't finished this yet? But I think he got scared away after he dropped the awl and it went through his shoe and stabbed him in the toe.
Oh, is that right? Well, I heard about that.
I come in here and his shoe is off and there's just like bloody rags everywhere and he's got his foot wrapped
Roll
up.
them away. There was nothing bloody rags laying around here. Get out of here. Nonsense.
I mean, the trash can is right in front of his foot, so there were just bloody rags in the trash can, which equates to bloody rags everywhere in my head. Because it's more dramatic that way, which is how I live.
And then he goes, ow. And I said, are you okay? He's like, yeah, I just stabbed my foot.
I mean, we all typically stab our fingers with an awl from time to time. Like, I do that pretty frequently, but I've never stabbed my toe.
Yeah.
You know I am the most dramatic person that is probably here, right? So I try to do everything overboard.
He's gonna one up.
Tony and I have the drama competition.
Oh, that's what Darcy just said. Liz loves the dramatic. You brought your duck in here, Denny.
My duck?
Yeah, your duckbill pliers.
Oh, yes, I did.
There were ducks in the Bellagio fountains when I was in Vegas.
In Las Vegas?
Yeah, before the show started. I feel like after the show started, they probably flew away and found a safer environment. But they were there tootling around before the water show started.
What kind of a show did they have?
They have this like fountain show, so they'll stream some song. We caught 3 different songs while we were there. They play like every half hour. They do some song, and then the fountains come up and they swoosh and swirl and spray to the song.
Really?
I have videos. I'll show you.
All right. Okay, you guys.
Swirl and spray.
Here we go.
In that order.
It's impressive. Those fountains shoot like just stories into the air. It's really pretty neat.
What kind of stories are they? Good stories?
Yeah,
Made
like
up stories?
50-foot stories.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Tall stories.
Tall tales. They tell some tall tales. No, that was one of my favorite parts of, probably my favorite part of Vegas. My favorite part of the trip was the Grand Canyon, because that's just pretty spectacular. But those fountains in Vegas were really, really amazing.
Next time you go to this machine, I'm gonna have to spin. I can just
Listen, guys, there's just no way to get this shot. It's
Come over the deck. Come in.
I have a camera here, and then the sewing machine is at this corner, and the corner of the table is there. Last time to move the other camera, I climbed over the table.
Tony could hold it, but then you guys would probably get dizzy from his swaying.
I'm gonna have to stitch from the other side of it anyway.
When you turn it inside out, or what?
Not like
From
this.
that. Oh, I can see now.
Perfect.
Thanks, Timmy.
Sure. I did it for you.
I appreciate that.
See that back stitch?
I saw it.
That's our running joke in here.
I like this whole denim.
That's the first thing I said to Denny this morning is he's very denim today.
Denny denim.
He's very SLC.
Yeah.
Denim is SLC's
I think
wardrobe.
I think they should get us some SLC denim shirts.
Nah, I'm good.
You're good.
I'm good. Maybe just for you and Kevin.
Oh, Terry said that he dropped one the other day and stabbed his ankle.
Wow, that's
Hey, Liz,
impressive.
did you see Eagle Rock at the Grand Canyon? And walk out on the glass walkway? Did you go to that part of it?
Oh, we did. We went to the west part. I did not walk out on the glass walkway. My husband is deathly afraid of heights. So I just decided I was like, I can stare out at the Grand Canyon. I don't need to walk on that little walk. But that is where we were. And then honestly, I'm not 100% sure about the eagle thing, but I did walk out on that little outcropping where the rocks, and like you can climb up to the top of the little, well, it's a large pile of rocks.
What do you think about the stirrup plate at this part, Denny?
The Class 26 doesn't have one.
Well, you can't have it, but if it was Class 3.
It probably wouldn't work very well. It might. I don't know. To tell you the truth, I've never had any luck with a stirrup plate. All the stirrups that I do, I hand stitch.
Backstitch.
Backstitch.
You see that backstitch there?
No, don't tell anyone.
Okay. Liz was over
We all
there.
do.
I was singing about it.
Did you watch the volcano eruption at Treasure Island tonight?
We did. We saw that once. We didn't have nearly as good of a viewing area for that one, but we did see it.
Molly said if I wouldn't wear my gym teacher clothes into SLC, I wouldn't hurt my feet.
That's true. We make fun of him because he wears switchy pants all the time.
I know he does. Yeah, he does.
Well, we also did get a comment that
He
our website
wore some
was.
boots the other day.
I had this is the first athletic wear I've worn. Oh no, I didn't. When it was warm, I wore gym shorts. But there was somebody that commented one time. I sent Rusty an email and let him know that our website looked like it was put together by a gym teacher. So I just try to fit the mold.
That's right. Because Tony does our website. And he is a coach, so
I'm not.
it
Coach.
flows.
I was a coach. I
Oh,
officiate.
he does things with sports. That's what I got.
Sports things.
He puts the puck into the goal.
No, that I know a lot about.
Mr. Rock Robster is stuck in traffic,
In Vegas,
and he gets to join the chat.
nice.
Nice to have him there. I like I know most of our regulars in all the chats that we have, and I'm pretty good at remembering who is there most of the time, so I like it when new people join our chat.
How's it going, Denny?
I don't know.
Neither do I. We can't see anything.
It looked pretty bad right now. I think it'll look better when we get it turned inside out.
Oh, that's
That's the main thing.
Oh, here. Let me. Oh, you got it?
I got it. That was rough.
it's okay. Hopefully, it'll just all be on the inside, and we won't have to see
It
it.
will.
Oh, can you slide back over? What was so rough about it?
Woo!
Well, y'all were watching me. I don't need to tell you what was rough.
So this
You
green
could
that
hear me grunt and everything.
this green that we use is not an oil tan. It is a veg tan, and it is also Herman Oak.
So it is not a nice and supple, soft veg tan. It's stout Herman Oak.
Yeah.
And no, we don't have any more of it. We tried to sell it at my shopping, and nobody wanted it. So I said, let's make something with it.
Denny did save me enough to make some belts, though. So
Yes, I did.
And you promised me one too.
I did. I'm gonna make
Okay.
Tony and I will have matching belts one of these days.
We'll wear it on a live shopping.
Those will be Twinkies.
I think it's Twiggy.
Twiggies, okay.
Twiggies, yeah.
That's too hip for me. I don't even know what you're talking about now.
Actually, it's really old.
Oh.
Hey,
Molly said that she quit wearing flip-flops into her shop whenever she dropped it on and stuck in the floor.
Yeah, that's a good sign, Molly. You took that cue well.
Michael, I know you were on the live shopping. You wanted some of that oil tan. We'll see what Liz has left over, and we might throw it on the live shopping, or we might just throw it in an order of yours.
What oil tan?
Not the oil tan. Oh, he wanted the army green yesterday in the live shopping that we had. But his wife wanted a piece of this green.
Oh, how big? Just let us know how big of a piece it can't be too big of a piece.
Yeah.
And then let us know if you need it to be thinner because it is it's saddle skirting.
He's a
Yeah.
live shopping regular, so he gets jibs at our leftover pieces of it. These pieces Denny are cutting off right now. We'll stick them in your live shopping.
These are the ones he gets.
They come pre-glued,
Pre-trimmed.
pre-trimmed.
All right, you guys.
Now comes the real fight.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so bad. What have I asked Denny to
Do
do?
you want to spray some water on it and get it all
Well, you know,
limbered up?
I thought about that. That might be a good idea. Let's see how we get along here.
Well, thoughts for those, Mr. Rock?
I think I'm going to have to soak it in a bucket.
You think?
Can you talk to him for a minute, you guys?
He's gonna go soak some leather.
I'll be back.
What else do you guys want to know about?
Said there was a crash in Portland, multi-car accident. So,
Oh, man.
thoughts with them. Glad you weren't in it.
That's scary.
They're talking about my athletic wear, and Dean doesn't want to see it.
Oh, you guys are great.
Any holiday-themed videos? We talked about ornament stuff, but there's so many of them that are out there.
And really, yeah, you just cut some shapes out and you decorate them. And then you punch a hole in it and you put a string through it. And then you just hang it up.
There we go. That was the video.
It's pretty simple.
Boom, done.
Done.
There you go. There's your holiday.
Are there thread burner lanyards available?
Oh,
We made it.
do we have any more of those?
I think we made it through all
We can
of it.
check.
All the ones that we had. But you know what's really cool about being in the marketing department?
Tony hoards things.
Well, I pulled 25.
Sure, we've got some available.
Who was that? Wayne. Wayne, if you can send us a message on Facebook. How about the first, besides Wayne, the next 4 that sends us a message on Facebook, I have a thread burner. If you haven't already got one.
He does not have a thread burner. He has a thread burning lanyard. That was fast.
I had a bucket ready. That's the nice thing about veg tan, though. You can get it wet. See, that
Oh,
part's
this is
already
much.
turned
This is much nicer. It's just gonna have to dry for a little bit now.
like a day.
All right, so Wayne, you send us a message
Okay, yeah.
on Facebook, and then the next 4, if you want a lanyard, send us one, and we'll get one sent to you.
Are we worried about it scratching up?
Well,
You want to move your cutting board out of the way?
Here.
Oh, there you go.
Not that it's on the outside yet, but we'll get there eventually. Hopefully the green doesn't bleed on the natural. Should be okay. This looks really good.
yeah, so
Alrighty.
far, everything we can see looks all right.
I don't know what that camera looks like. over
Turning bags inside out is probably the worst.
there. Here, you can mess with it.
I think
You're
one
good.
side at a time is the only way I'm going to get this.
Oh, you gotta move it down a little bit.
This is the wrestling match part.
Yeah. I almost wonder if we should have saved that center part and riveted it on after.
I'm thinking maybe.
Because you can set those rivets probably. The bag feet. No, I don't know if there's a good way to.
I could put the bag feet on.
I'm just saying it might be hard to set the rivets with the bag feet on.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Can you stand on this?
Try.
Hey, they want to hear some Denny grunts, so if you could make
Don't
some
worry,
noise.
just keep the mic on. We're getting there a little at a time.
Maybe we should have called Brunswick and asked for some tips.
There we come. It's coming around. Denny's gonna be out of breath when this is over.
Oh, we're so close.
Once you get one push through there.
It doesn't look very close on the inside.
Let's turn that over just so I can see what it looks like.
He's tagging in.
We're taking Denny back to his bear wrestling
Yeah.
Wyoming cattle ranching days.
How many green saddles did you get?
0.
Nobody ever ordered a green saddle?
No one ever ordered a green
Well,
saddle.
that's sad.
And you never had to turn a saddle inside out, I bet.
No?
Maybe some saddlebags, though.
Yeah, saddlebags.
Yeah.
They also probably didn't have a 40-ounce plug in the bottom of it.
I really do need you to stand on this.
Oh. Oh, that's pretty big. We could go get one of the shoes. Would that help? I don't know if that would help.
I don't think So I think just keep messing with
He's
it.
getting there. It's coming around.
So far.
You did a great job stitching it, evidently, is what the chat's saying.
Yeah.
Put the bowling ball in it and shake it around.
That might help.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Beautiful. And then hopefully your straps are in there, right?
Be a little afraid to stretch out the leather. Since
Charles
it's so
said,
wet.
just set it on my head. Just let me
Pull
start
it down.
talking it. JB, the green leather is Herman Oak.
Yep. It is a sample piece of saddle skirting. We got in a blue, a pink, and a red. Was it, Tony? We got in kind of an assortment of colors from them. They were playing around with some dyes. Oh, we got a corner!
Got 2 corners almost.
I feel like we should be chanting Denny right now. See, you don't get this on a shortened video. You don't get to see the struggle. The struggle is real.
Yeah, this is very real.
This is the part they cut out on all the other videos.
Uh-huh.
Corner number 3 and 4. Oh man, we're almost there.
Well, if you ever need some heavy lifting or some sort of muscle, I know who to go to.
Then he says, no, I take it back.
Denny's honeydew list stays pretty short. Knocks that out with a vengeance.
Look at these corners. Oh, this one's a little bit over.
Don't tell anyone.
She's gonna.
Where's our bowling ball?
It's over here at my desk. There you are.
Good job.
Hey, the ball fits. Yeah, I was a little over on this corner. I missed my pipe. Where was I over here?
We'll just call this side the front because it looks pretty good.
Yeah, you guys don't look at that. You should look over here. That looks pretty good though.
It does.
I'll have to do a little bit of shaping after this thing dries out a little bit more. But that's going to be okay. And I'll rivet my handles on after it's dry. The handles are right here. One for each side that'll just rivet on the 2 rivets there. Like that.
There it is.
That'll be a pretty good looking bowling ball bag.
I hope
Preston
so.
Kelly says, I finally see it live. Welcome into the live. Well, then you're only at 53 minutes.
Oh, that wrestling.
What I'm telling you
Feels
is
like an hour and 53 minutes.
smash those double cap rivets on there.
No, it's
No,
too wet.
it's too wet. I want to wait till it's shaped up a little bit before.
Alright. Your handles are kind of heavy.
But
We
next
turn it-
Wednesday, I will show you this
Turn
thing
towards me.
again after it's actually finished.
Yeah, once it's all dry, can make everything happy.
Yeah, yeah. When you squeeze this, water just squirts out of it.
This bag is very wet right
Yeah.
now. It looks great though.
It does look pretty good, doesn't it?
Just there's your handle.
That looks good.
Put a handle on this side too, just to see.
Just so we can kind of show you guys what's happening here. There we go.
Yeah.
There it is.
You got your workout in today.
Look at that.
Yeah. That doesn't look too
Oh.
bad.
Molly
In the
says,
picture, it doesn't look bad at all.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea. Molly has a good one. We should do a live from a bowling alley. We
Well,
should
that's-
walk in with our bowling ball bag, and
Yeah, didn't you want to get some orders for these? You want to make some more though?
Yeah, let's do. These are going to be cheap too.
yeah, especially I bet you there's not very many all Herman Oak bowling ball bags out there.
I sent. Oh, did I say that? I sent a picture to Todd yesterday, and I said, "Hey, check out what we're making with the green leather that you sent us." He said it was pretty cool.
All right.
Alrighty, folks. Well, there's that.
I'll bring it Wednesday and show you the finished product after it's actually dry. and
What are we
shaped
doing
up.
on Wednesday?
Suspenders, I thought.
Okay.
Is that no? What are we?
I thought you guys were
Tony,
doing
you
doing
had
some
something
tech
else
stuff.
we were
I
doing.
thought we were going to take some veg tan leather that has some wrinkles in it and maybe some bites in it and show how to smooth some wrinkles out a little bit. Do you
Pardon me?
take that?
Yeah, it's spam. I'll take it.
Oh, but I answer those. I answer those online.
Your son is so ornery.
Yep.
But we're gonna take some.
Get that from
We're gonna
his
take
dad.
some kind of less than ideal leather and smooth it out. Do some tooling on it, and then maybe make a mouse pad and some other smaller projects that would make first projects or gift projects or whatever you'd like to do.
Sounds good.
And then on Friday, then we can try to do it
You
all
put
in
it in the
one.
bag and it won't go.
Nah, I don't. If we're gonna straighten some leather out and then tool it too, that'll probably be a full deal.
That'll be a Friday.
That'll be enough for Denny.
That'll
Wednesday,
be enough. I wore out from this one. I don't
then
know if I'll
probably
recuperate by Wednesday.
Then a moccasin video, and then the suspender video.
Yeah. Okay.
So that we can get David's feet warm, and then we can hold his pants out.
Yeah, David, we want your pants up.
All right, guys. We've had enough today. So, all right, we will see you next week. I hope you guys have a great weekend.
Bye bye.
guys.
Thank you.